Captain Greg Moon here, Louisiana Fly Fishing Charters with Hatch Outdoor Pro. I'd like to talk to you a little bit today about how I build my leaders for redfish. We have an incredible fishery down here. We're sight casting bull redfish pretty much all year long. So in order to do that, we're normally fishing fairly heavy rods. So I'm normally fishing between a 9 and a 10 weight rod. And in order to do that and to turn over these really large flies that we feed these fish, we build a little bit heavier, shorter leader than you probably be used to using anywhere else. So I like to basically start with the Hatch Outdoor mono for the butt section. I typically like at least 50 or 60 pound in the butt section, and it's going to help us turn over these large flies. I'm going to show you what we're throwing. So I typically like to start with about a 3 to 4 foot piece of 60 or 50 for the butt section. I normally tie a perfection loop. It works out really, really well. It's a nice small loop that will actually go through the guides on the rod. And then what I like to do is take, like I said, about a 4 foot piece of that. Then what I like to do is I like to go and I really like double surgeon knots. And part of the reason why is, you know, I get several emails a day asking what kind of knots and what kind of leaders we use down here. And the reason I like the surgeon is it's very, very simple to tie. And it's really, it's not very, it's 100% knot. And it's really hard to mess it up. So I like the double surgeon. So the next thing I normally will do is I'll go down, if I have 50 or 60 on the butt, I like to just step that down to this one here. This is actually a 60. Then I go down to about a 2.5 or 3 foot piece of 50. Do the same thing. Then I do another double surgeons here. And then what I like to do, and this is also, again, this is the hard mono. And then what I like to do is I like to finish it with a piece of fluorocarbon. And this is actually 40-pound fluorocarbon. And down here we fish very, very heavy because we're fishing big fish. And so, and a lot of the other thing with the reason why we're fishing heavy and with these leaders is that we're trying to turn over flies like this. So we throw really big flies, we have big offerings at big fish, and you need to have a little heavier setup to turn this fly over. So if you look at it, the overall leader length on this is going to be typically about, well, that's 5 foot there, so we're typically about 6.5, maybe 7 foot on this leader. And then you know, it turns it over great. And then the final knot that I like to use here is the lefty loop, the non-slip loop. And you know, this overall leader has worked really, really well for us. We sight cast a lot of bull redfish on a daily basis, and this helps turn them over great. And then we fish real heavy, and you know, it's pretty rare that we're going to break off a fish when we're actually fishing a little bit heavier. Plus you have the abrasion resistance here of the fluorocarbon. So that's what I like to fish. That's what I typically use on this leader setup. You can visit hatchoutdoors.com and get all this material there for your daily use. Thank you.